Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Back for week 2 in New York, or at least the three of us are. Deion is in Mississippi. And Deion, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off because Dave saw the records from last week, right before the show. He kicked everybody's ass. He's not too bad, but
no, I kicked Deion's ass.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing the board well, so I'm going to just go ahead and let you guys hash this one out before we even get started.
Well, I just looked. He's 7-9 when with no spread involved. That's horrific. That's just a guy who doesn't know pro football. And
that wasn't my best week. It wasn't my best week. I dominated last year. I wanted to start out by giving you guys a shot. You know, why would I come out dominating again like I always do?
No, it wasn't.
What fun would that be?
It wasn't your best week for a lot of reasons. I mean, I'm sure we'll get to the Sunday night football game this week coming up. But Deion, like, you love to text when you think that guys we like are doing poorly, and then you turtle.
What?
Like Baker Mayfield didn't play poorly on Sunday. He didn't.
I didn't say he did.
No, you said Baker Mayfield stinks. You texted us
No.
that.
How did the game end? How did the game end? What happened?
Okay. And
I didn't get to see it.
How did Monday
What
Night
happened?
Football end? How did Monday Night
I
Football
fell asleep.
end? Yeah, exactly.
I fell asleep.
Your
I
guy,
fell asleep.
Lamar Jackson, just fumbles the ball every play.
What did Baker do? I don't know. I wasn't watching the end of the game. What happened?
He had a pick at the end, but he played well.
He had a pick?
Game, it's a
He
lot
had a
easier.
pick at the end of the game?
Yeah. And what about Lamar Jackson? This is crazy.
I didn't
Lamar
know
Jackson
he did that.
sucks.
Thank you.
Lamar Jackson.
I don't know why that just started recording. Lamar Jackson fumbled the game away.
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
That's the way to
doesn't suck.
capture the moment.
Lamar Jackson doesn't suck. But you had him MVP, and he's got the thing. He puts the
No,
ball.
I didn't have him MVP. The league had him MVP.
No, but
My bad.
I know.
The league had him MVP.
But I've been right about him.
I've
been right about him. You've been wrong about him. And he's an okay quarterback.
I don't think. I still think
He's a running quarterback who fumbles a lot.
Our little friend in Buffalo didn't play great either.
I still think.
Great.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I still think Lamar Jackson's good. It's just you don't have the same energy. Keep that same energy when he has a bad game.
I will.
Because I agree, Josh didn't play great on Sunday. I can say
Josh
that.
did not play great.
No, he didn't.
I love Josh though. I like Josh.
You really thought
Josh.
You thought Baker played poorly?
Yeah, he texted us.
Yeah, he said
Baker
No,
sucks.
I just say.
You said he sucks?
No,
What did he say? I'll pull it up.
No, I didn't. I don't talk like that. I did not say that. I did not say
I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up.
He said he fucking
I did not say he sucks. You know I don't talk like that.
Yeah, you said he
I know what I
fucking
said.
sucks.
Well, I'll
You know I didn't say that.
what did you say? Where is it?
I'll find it.
Yeah, I was about to say it. I was not on the text, so I don't
just
know.
didn't,
But I mean,
we didn't get a text.
You know what, Casey, I'm sorry. I would include you next week.
yes, please do, because that way I can
would
know
include
who's
you.
telling the truth.
Baker's garbage is what he
Baker's
said.
garbage.
Okay.
Baker's garbage.
I'll be honest. I think saying Baker's garbage is worse than saying he sucks.
Neither are good. You know who's garbage?
Baker's not garbage.
You know who's garbage? Rich Eisen and Deion Sanders, both garbage.
Why is Rich Eisen garbage?
Because he's just taken my take, which I've had for a year and a half, that you should go out in the Florida State job and that you're going to get a Division I real job. We talked about this the other day. It hasn't come out. We're talking about USC. You're not going to get USC, but I'm like, we were dead serious. Eisen, Johnny come lately. He's like, I've been saying this. I haven't heard you say Dick Eisen about this. And what do? You put it on your thing like he's the first guy. We've been screaming this seriously for years. He has it on his main feed.
It was something.
Rich Eisen.
He was talking about the Hall of Fame. He was talking about the Hall of Fame. That's why I put it up.
I thought it was talking
It was
about
a Hall of Fame take.
It was about a coaching take, wasn't it?
No, it was about the Hall of Fame.
I
That's why I
apologize.
chose not to go to the Hall of Fame.
I apologize if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Deion, he is right, though. We were on the college football show yesterday, which by the time this comes out, it'll already be buried. He was clamoring for you to get in the USC mix. Would you take that job?
He's my guy.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
Yeah, you officially. Let's get a comment on the USC job.
Would you take the USC job?
I'm happy where I am,
Okay,
guys.
nice.
I'm
That's
really
good coaching.
excited.
It is.
I'm elated.
Yep.
I'm happy where I am.
Mm-hmm.
You better hope I'm not right about this. I'm going down his fucking thing right now. And I like Rich, but
Dave, I'm telling you, it was about me not popping over to the Hall of Fame meeting, whatever they had, because I had a game versus Snoop's team that evening, and I wasn't gonna go over to do that, to be sitting in the lobby, just in case you don't make it, they just turn you around and go home.
Okay. Dan, what this tweet right here, is that about the Hall of Fame?
It says, after talking to
about the
Bruce
tweet.
Feldman on Tuesday about coaches on the hot seat, and with flames getting hotter in Tallahassee, we wondered when Deion Sanders might get the call.
And then what's he say
Dave,
below it? What's he say below it?
Come for John Love.
Oh, no, about. What's Eisen say about that tweet?
Oh, seeing this video is gaining traction, it should, like Coach Deion Sanders at Jackson State.
Yeah, right. And then everyone's like,
No,
oh, Eisen's
I never
giving
saw that
credibility.
tweet.
It's like, I've been saying this for a year. I haven't seen nothing.
In all honesty, Dave, I never saw that tweet. I was talking about the video that he did. That's what I was talking about. He did a video about the Hall of Fame.
He sounds like he's your buddy, and Dan's man. I've never met him. We're both Michigan men, so if you want to come to coach, well, we may go undefeated this year, but assuming we don't, and you want to come to Ann Arbor, arms open. But if you see him, tell him, do not steal Dave's Florida State take, which he has been on for a long time.
I will call him and tell him. Matter of fact, he loves the Big Cat. He told me
Yeah,
that
no,
before he
I
became
like
over.
Rich. I like Rich.
Just
But you
don't-
can't steal that tape.
Yeah.
You cannot steal
Dave
that
has
take.
been the loudest person.
Yeah, I
to
tell
say
him.
Seeing this
I
video
will definitely pass it on.
this video is gaining traction. Like he's the first person. I've been beating that drum.
It's true. It is true.
Stay in college though. You know nothing about the pro game.
That's fact. 7-9.
Let's get to the storyline games of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. It's hardworking and the design is big, bold, and commanding. The Silverado is a truck that turns heads. Deion, this is going to be your time to shine since last week it wasn't very good, but we're going to start with the Patriots, Dave. They're at the Jets. I mean, we've got to talk about it. I'm just going to let you go.
Well, I tweeted it. I was obviously unhappy that the Patriots lost last week. They put the ball on the ground going in, cost them the game. And I'm not, this word that I do not know how to pronounce correctly, hyperbole.
Hyperbole?
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole, yes.
I was truly excited watching Mac Jones.
Yes.
I thought he looked as good as I could ever hope. People are like, oh, you're comparing to Brady. Well, yeah, I'm a Patriot fan. I watch Brady play every game. The doughy body, the kind of, he was not as late draft pick, other quarterbacks going early. The way he slid around in the pocket, bought himself time. He made a lot of good throws on third down under the pressure. Even the dinking and dunking, kind of control the offense. As a Patriot fan, I could not have been happier watching how he played. And if you said he plays like crap, but the Patriots win, or he looks really, really good and the Patriots lose because they put the ground. By the way, I think the Dolphins are pretty good. I think they're a decent team.
Yep.
And they only lost by one.
They had the game. They fumbled twice, once going in. I was very, very, very happy as a Patriot fan for what I saw. It sucked they lost, but it's game one of the season. I'm thrilled. I think they kill this team this week, but I'm not kidding. Mac Jones is better than I could have dreamed for game one.
Yeah, I mean, you want your rookie quarterback to look good in a close loss.
Look at it, and then I read the second it's over, he's studying tape. There's something about him, and maybe I'm getting too excited. I legitimately was like, oh my God, I think we got our QB for the next 20 years. That's how I felt watching.
Deion, what did you think about watching Mac Jones?
I like what he did. You got to understand, as a coach, you think about completion percentage. When your first rookie game and you go out there 74% completion percentage, you threw no picks. That's impressive. And you got to understand that Miami defense is a really good defense. I didn't think they were going to win. That's one of the few wins that I did pick correctly. But this week, it's just going to be a beatdown. They're going to beat the Jets down. Now, the Patriots defensively, they can do so much better than they did, and I expect so much more than what they showed. But they'll win this week decisively.
And Dan, we talk about completion percentage. Zach Wilson with 54% last week. He didn't look great either.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Wilson, watching that game, I actually liked how he looked because he looked so bad in the first half, and then he looked better in the second half, which shows that he's going to stick with it and learn, and he got better as the game progressed. But I do think the Patriots are going to kill them. That game, the Patriots-Dolphins game, someone remind me when I'm going to bet on Tua later on in this year, because if Damian Harris doesn't fumble there, the story is Tua's interception that was an inexcusable pass that he throws. They win the game, so you don't talk about it. Someone just remind me that.
And I will say the difference a little bit between the Patriots and the Jets, both with these rookie quarterbacks. I thought Zach Wilson, for the most part, looked pretty good. And I saw it was Orlovsky or something say this may have been the best throw of the weekend. He's getting hit. He made some really impressive throws. He also, I felt like, when we talk about playing rookie quarterbacks, he was getting jetted. If he has to take those hits and do that for a season or two,
6 times.
They could ruin him.
Yeah.
Where Mac was, a game plan was built to put him in a position to succeed.
So Patriots across the board.
Yep.
Yep. All right, let's go to the Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Chargers. Dan, I will start with you. The Cowboys ended up losing to the Bucs on Thursday Night Football, but Dak Prescott definitely does not look like he's injured at all anymore. The wide receiver core, like you mentioned, they look great. What do you think about this game?
My initial lean was the Cowboys just because I like to take the team that lost going against the team that won, but they've lost a couple of guys in the last few days. They lost to Marcus Lawrence, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he's
They
out
also
for 6
lost to who'd they lose on the offensive line? Did Collins get busted for something? Someone get
Collins.
Yeah, they're gaining a guy on the line. I think they're gaining a guy on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think the Chargers are good. I really do. I think the Chargers are a good team. I was impressed by Brandon Staley and his, rookie debut as a coach. I think Justin Herbert, like I said, watching that game against the Washington football team, he was able to. The best way I could describe it is if you watched the Chargers versus Washington football team, that was a game under Phil Rivers, the Chargers would have lost 100% of the times. Justin Herbert and Brandon Staley, something about them, they can win those close games. It's a different regime, so I'm taking the Chargers.
I know you guys like to rank quarterbacks, but you mentioned Justin Herbert. Where would you put him right now in the league?
I'd have to go through.
It's tough.
Have Dave talk about the game, and I'll list
All right,
my
Dave, talk about the game.
This is a tough game, and we do use the hungry dog runs faster in the NFL. The team coming off the loss a little more motivated. Cowboys have more rest because they played on Thursday. Chargers coming off a nice win. I think the Cowboys. I think these two teams are 8-8, 7-9 type teams. I'm not sold on the Chargers yet, so I think the Cowboys figure out a way to come out with a W here.
Deion, what do you think?
I'm not sold on the Chargers. I'm with Dave on it. I'm not sold on the Chargers. I think they're very opportunistic because Fitzpatrick went down. I don't think they're great. I really think they're good. I love Herbert. I like Herbert. I love his receiving core. I love what they do defensively. They could get after the passer. But the Dallas Cowboys are picking right up where they left off with Dak before injury. He's going to throw the ball 50 times. Everybody's talking about get Zeke the ball, get Zeke the ball. No. That's not working. That's not working. Let Dak Prescott do what he does. He has a tremendous receiving core. He can throw the heck out of the ball. He's very accurate. He's on point. They're going to go into L.A. and win this game. It's not going to be dominant, but they're going to win this game.
Dan, did you come up with your list?
All right, I think I have them 8th. I think it goes for me, Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Jameis Winston, Justin Herbert.
Jameis Winston.
7.
Jameis Winston.
7.
My God. Dave, say what you're going to say. Dave, I saw that smirk when he said Jameis Winston.
I think he's
Dave, do not let him off the hook. Do not let him off the hook.
I won't have him that high. I like Jameis.
I love
Jameis,
him.
he ate that W. I like him.
Future Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer.
I love Jameis.
No, not as much as I do.
Deion, do you agree with that ranking, though?
I mean,
I definitely don't.
You gotta have the kid, the video game guy from
Kyler Murray
Kyler
is
Murray
9.
is-
Kyler Murray's 9.
Okay.
Matt Stafford.
Where's Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson's probably 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
I feel
considerate.
good about that. Yeah, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the Sunday night football game. The Chiefs at the Ravens. The Chiefs, you guys talked about it earlier with Baker. Tough game against the Browns, and the Ravens lose in that crazy overtime game against the Raiders. I think that the Chiefs are going to be fine, but watching them struggle against the Browns had to give a little bit of pause, right?
Browns were a playoff team last year and pretty good towards the end. So I don't know. Maybe they're just a good team. I think they're a good team. As long as Odell doesn't play, they seem to be in games and win games. This, to me, two different teams. I like Lamar Jackson. All right, I like him. I like guys who you can tell really want to win and put it on their shoulders when they lose. But the man is a running quarterback, and if you can force him to throw and scramble, and he does run. He's fast. He's super fast. But when I compare him to the video game guy,
Kyler Murray.
the video game guy can throw the ball way better than Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson fumbling, I don't know. These are two different teams. The Chiefs are a Super Bowl contender. They're going to be there till the end. They're going to be a tough out whenever they get to playoffs. The Ravens may not make the playoffs. The Ravens are not good to me. So I think the Chiefs win this game. This is just two teams that are in different classes right now. So I like the Chiefs.
Deion, I see that smile. What do you think?
Yeah, because I agree with Dave in some part of his dissertation right there. When he talking about Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson, I compare to both quite a bit.
Who do you think is
Now,
better?
I'm not going to say one is better. I think Lamar is more for the bigger game. I think he will stand up more in the bigger game.
That just makes no sense.
I feel like
Lamar hasn't won a big game his whole life.
I feel like Kyler Murray has a better scheme. His whole offensive scheme, the whole play calling.
Running around like a video game?
Yeah. No. He has a scheme. He has better receivers. His scheme is much better.
Hopkins.
Yes.
I really do think his scheme. I think the Ravens scheme is so simplistic, and it gets you to the point where Lamar is going to have to run around to save himself, to move the ball down the field. He's going to have to run around. I don't like the Baltimore Ravens this year. They lost a tremendous corner, one of the best corners in the league. That's a tremendous mishap for them, especially going against the Chiefs. The Chiefs aren't as good. If I had known, I'm glad I didn't know that Tyrann Mathieu wasn't going to play. He wasn't going to play. I would not have picked the Chiefs because that defense is a whole different defense when he's in the back. He's just that valuable. Guys, let me tell you, as valuable as Mahomes is on offense, Tyrann Mathieu is that guy on defense for them. So if he comes back, you're going to see a whole different defense, and I'm definitely picking the Chiefs.
So, Deion, if you have one pick, 2 quarterbacks left in the draft, who are you taking? You taking Lamar or are you taking the video game?
I'm taking Lamar.
Oh, I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with
And
that.
I'm taking Lamar.
I disagree. I think that's a terrible.
I'm
Although
taking
you
Lamar.
could say Kyler, the one thing with Kyler is
He's gonna be injured,
small.
injuries.
Yeah, no,
All right,
important.
fine,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
it is because last year he was good and then he hurt his shoulder and he was a completely different guy and he's small and he gets hit a lot. So Kyler definitely, that's a fair thing to throw out.
If the injury is the asterisk, I can live with that.
But we say he hurt his shoulder. We don't know that. We don't know if he just bit it. We don't know that. Everybody, like quarterbacks, when something goes wrong, everybody has an excuse instead of saying, "Yeah, man, I just played like garbage."
Well, he did
just
hurt
say
his
that.
shoulder, but yeah.
We don't know that.
We do. We actually saw the play.
And he kept playing.
Yeah,
but
he
he
kept
didn't
playing.
play well.
It was against the Seahawks. It was that, I want to say, Monday night game. He hurt his shoulder and basically was a different guy the rest of the season.
Okay, but Lamar goes in at halftime when everybody said he took a dump, but he wasn't hurt either, right?
No,
he just took a dump when he went in.
He had the runs. You saw how he was running.
Dan, what's your pick for this game?
I'm taking the Chiefs. I just think the Ravens have admitted it publicly that the Chiefs kind of own them. And when a team owns you like that and you're saying that, that's a problem. And I think the Chiefs will get up for a game like this. Because really, the Chiefs are at a point now where it's kind of like Dave when, the Patriots were going to every... I just can pencil the Chiefs into the AFC Championship game. This year would be 4 straight AFC Championship games. So there are certain games where you could probably catch them where they're not... they're maybe sleepwalking. This is not one of them. Sunday Night Football against the Ravens.
And I'd also just throw in, and obviously people overreact week 1, watching the Monday night game, and people were used to this fearsome Ravens defense. I didn't think the Raiders looked great. Like the Carr was kind of off, but it wasn't because the Ravens were putting this immense pressure. The Raiders just didn't look that good. They still moved the ball and won. That Ravens defense, I think we're used to. It's gone. It's not there.
I would agree with that. We're going to get to more games in just a little bit, but now we're going to go to #IBelieve, which of course is Deion's slogan down in Mississippi. So we'll start with you, Dan, because I know you had a Jameis Winston take. You said he's going to have a career year and he's going to throw 40 touchdowns. And he had 5 touchdowns last week.
So what is he on pace for? He's on pace for 85 touchdowns? That's pretty good, wouldn't you say?
An all-time record. He had like 13 touchdowns and like 17 yards passing. It was crazy.
40 wow, that's pretty good. All right, I believe, you know what, I'll throw this one out there. We're taping this before the Thursday night game. I picked the Giants, but if they lose this game, I think Joe Judge is going to be the first coach fired.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that Giants thing is teetering. Maybe they win tonight and they get a little boost.
I thought they were pretty happy with his season last year. Like they accused the other team of cheating, so they didn't make the playoffs, right?
He's making mistakes though and doing shit, and I think everyone's kind of out on Daniel Jones. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Dave, you said the Patriots will win the AFC. Obviously, you've spoken your piece on that.
Yeah, I'm more encouraged by that than I was before I made the prediction. Obviously, this division is tough, the AFC East, because Dolphins, Bills, and Patriots are all good. The Jets stink. But I still will live by that, and I'm gonna now close out my Super Bowl. Arizona versus the Patriots.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my God! Somebody stop him.
Week 2.
Stop
Super Bowl
him.
prediction.
What?
Flip it.
fuck?
save
Arizona
it, put a
versus
pin in.
the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Listen.
Don't overreact to week 1.
No, I'm not overreacting, but I do think Chandler Jones, who was a monster. I think maybe.
Dan,
I think
you
maybe
gotta
we're
stop
overlooking when you have what J.J. Watt on the other side now, so maybe you can't double or do what you want. The receivers look great; they got weapons all over. I think Arizona.
Both those guys are over 30 years old.
Well, I'm over 30, Dan, and I'm still producing like a motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
You definitely are producing.
To have
You
those
definitely
two
are
guys
producing, my
play
man.
the entire season not injured would be exceptional.
I mean, a week 2 Super Bowl prediction. Somebody clip that for sure.
Cardinals.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Deion, you said that Houston will implode. Obviously,
Yep.
we saw how bad the Jags played, and Urban Meyer looked like he just didn't even give a shit to be there. So, what did you think about Houston?
The Jags was hot garbage. What I saw on the
That's
field
a
was
horrible
right.
prediction.
They picked up.
What'd he
They
say?
picked right
Houston
up where they
will
left
implode?
off.
Yeah, I mean, they
Houston
killed the
will it.
Jags.
They have
It's the
what?
opposite of imploding.
They have 16 more weeks to
Okay.
implode.
Okay, well,
I'm sticking with mine. They have 16 more weeks.
Jameis Winston threw 5 touchdowns.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jameis Winston got
They
like
have
a quarter of the way
16 more weeks to do what they do. You just, Dan, you know what? I'm so appalled at you. You just sat there and let a man pick the Arizona.
No, I said he's
Cardinals,
an idiot.
And you're gonna jump
You didn't
all
notice?
over me.
When I said
you
let's
jump
not
all
overreact
over
to
me.
week 1, that's
you
called
jump
sarcasm
all over
there.
me,
That
but you're
was
gonna
my
let
way
this
of
man
saying
sit
that was
right by
stupid.
you.
Well, I didn't come up with it. I got to believe in something.
Yeah.
You know what? I believe
Hashtag I
that
believe.
some kind of way Zeke is going to be faded out. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
I agree with that.
I don't like it one bit, but Dak is going to throw for another 400 yards,
Yep.
and they're going to be saying, "Where's Zeke? Where's Zeke? Where's Zeke?"
I think he's going to get
And it's-
cut after this year.
No, he's not gonna get
during
cut.
the year, but after this year.
Really?
It's going to be a problem. If Dak keep throwing for 400 yards, this is going to be a problem, guys.
Yep.
All right.
That's a good one,
gonna be
Deion.
a
But you know what, though? I will say, and it's great to throw for 400 yards, but when you have a defense and you're just throwing, you're just throwing your defense back out there, and then you get run on for 400 yards. Like, there is a yin and yang to that.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Complimentary football.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Very good. It's time for this week's Sunday conversation with Caleb and Glennie Balls, and they sat down with Houston rapper Maxo Cream.
Maxo Cream.
What's up? What's up?
Me and you, we got something in common.
What's that?
Neither one of us can go to Canada.
Damn. Why you can't go?
I've already taken all my vacation days.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Why can't you go?
They told me I couldn't go because I'm a Crip.
Really?
Yeah, they like, you can't be Hell's Angels, KKK, GD, Crip.
It's not fair, is it?
I did they run my bloods, to be honest. A lot of bloods over there.
You're a Houston guy.
H-time.
What's it like?
Clubs, turn up, James Harden, clubs,
Lean's popular in Houston, is that true?
for sure.
What is lean for someone who doesn't know what it is exactly?
Codeine with Pro-Meth.
It's a cough syrup?
It's called so, yeah.
Listen, it's not a good time to be coughing, Maxo Cream.
Yeah.
You don't want to be coughing this day and age.
They should give everybody a teaspoon of cough syrup with the vaccine.
Is it true that to get into a Maxo Cream concert, you don't have to have proof of vaccination, you just have to have proof of that you're on lean? And I promise not to cough?
Okay, if you don't lean the person out the coffee, you gotta hit me up, come backstage, and bring me a forward that lean so I can check it out for you. That's the protocol.
When it comes to drugs, how do you make sure you don't do too many drugs, but you make sure that you do enough?
You gotta know yourself. You know what I'm saying? I really fell back off the drugs. Like, the only drug I use is Adderall. I'm prescribed to Adderall and vitamins.
You ever take an Adderall and then start focusing on something you didn't mean to focus on?
Yes.
Like what?
OnlyFans. I'm like, hold on, let me get off this. I'm supposed to be in the goddamn booth.
Who's your favorite OnlyFans subscription? Balls is a big OnlyFans guy.
One of my biggest expenses is OnlyFans.
You had to send me your list when you done.
Oh, I got a whole list. I'll send you a whole bunch. I'm trying to think off the top of my head right now. There's so many. I'm subscribed to like 13.
Gina Valentina.
I don't like to do the porn stars on OnlyFans.
But like, you can't be looking at the ones that's like shot with like a Sony Red Dragon.
I like that.
No, you gotta get the ones with the iPhone light in the dark.
That's
the
what I
best.
mean. I prefer
That's
when
the
it's
best.
like an Instagram model doing porn as
Right.
opposed to a porn star just posting more porn.
I feel like amateurs
You know
better.
what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%.
Let's go back to gangster shit. Let's talk about your new song, Big Persona, with Tyler, the Creator. Is it good, and where can we pirate it?
I feel like it's mad decent. I like it. Where can you pirate it? I don't know. I don't really know, but I know where you can go stream it at. All platforms.
Do you have a word of advice for people who listen to music on Google Play?
On Google Play. I never listen to music on Google Play. Is it bad?
I've never done it.
I don't know. I gotta go try it. Like just I told you with scamming. You gotta go try it, so I'm gonna go try it. But if I go try Google Play, you gotta try scamming. Will you?
Yeah.
All right, thanks guys so much. It's time for Ain't Nobody Care Game of the Week. This week it is the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals. And Dan, I've been told that you selected this.
Oh, yeah.
You selected this game.
No one cares.
Well, there's a special message for you.
Oh, okay.
That some friends of ours wanted to send.
Okay.
Big Cat, how can you pick this game? Orange on orange, that's worth it alone.
I love the color orange, and I love the nice little 3 stripes they got on their sleeves in the GHS or GSH, whatever it is.
No one cares? Orange on orange.
I mean, he always says Andy Dalton's a nice guy. This is Andy Dalton revenge game. Cincinnati Bengals, Justin Fields, Joe Burrow. How can you not care about this game? This is the future of the league right here. Bengals, Bears.
I think it should be considered treason, and I think we should tar and feather him in the town square, like in the medieval times.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually a little pissed off, Big K, because you made your fucking nut on the Chicago Bears and being the Bears guy. Nobody loves you for that shit. Now you get a chance. Hey, we got Justin Fields. It'll be a big fucking home game. And what are you doing? You're selling us down the fucking river? You know what I want to tell you. 3 things. Kiss my ass, suck my dick, and go fuck yourself, Big K.
Unless you're just trying to like take the pressure off the Bears, then that's fine. We don't need a spotlight. Just go out and win.
Yeah, I mean, if this is one of those things
Psychological, like he's one step ahead.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because you can do that. But I don't think this is one of those things. I actually think you're being an asshole.
Yeah, we care. That's who cares.
There are 4 guys that care.
Yeah, no, I
all want you to suck the dick,
I was very
apparently.
clear when I picked this game. I said I personally care, but no one should care about this until Justin Fields gets to play.
Well, for Bears, I mean, the Bengals fans, Burrow looked pretty good coming through. I will say
Burrow's
his
really
offense,
good.
and I think he's great. His offensive line stinks. I had the Bengals, but the plays he has to make almost on his own. Obviously, Chase, their combo, the video of them like lining up LSU. I think he's very good. I'm worried that he's going to get beaten up.
They also proved my point for me because their entire reason, like half the video was them talking about orange on orange.
Totally.
Right?
No, Bears.
Like, I'm going to watch every play of this game. I can't, though, in good conscience, tell you that Andy Dalton playing against the Cincinnati Bengals is a game that people should tune in for. I want to see Justin Fields. If Justin Fields is playing this game, it'd be the _1 game.
See, I almost reverse it. Like what you're saying for Bears, it doesn't. If Fields plays, it matters for the Bears. Justin Burrow's Justin?
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe.
He's a big enough star.
Yeah.
Where I tune in to watch him.
Especially because he got injured last year. We didn't
Yeah,
get to see him
they're
a whole
1-0,
lot.
and he's a spectacular, player in this league. Hopefully, so. For me, I'm interested in everything he does.
And I'm interested in this game too because of
Not
Justin
the Bears.
Fields. But I want to know
He's
when
not
you're
playing.
Fields isn't
He's not playing. That's my point. It's like again, I'm going to watch every game. I'll probably get excited for this.
But this is
game.
not an ain't nobody care because Burrow is big enough where a lot of
But
people.
this is an ain't nobody care.
an
Nobody cares about this game. This is an ain't nobody care.
Why? What about Burrow?
Burrow's all right. He ain't really
This
done
is
nothing. He got hurt.
Did you just do a 180 from 3 seconds ago? I
No,
thought you
no,
just said
Burrow.
Burrow is good 3 seconds.
I like Burrow.
All right.
But he's not that that I gotta watch this game.
I want it.
He's not that kind of guy that I
much-
gotta watch that game.
Very much on the record. And whoever asked me, I can't remember who came up and asked me for this, but it was very clear. It's an ain't nobody care game out of protest to Matt Nagy not playing Justin Fields.
Let me put it this way.
That's
fair. I'm sick of it.
I care.
Who you picking?
I care a hell of a lot less about the Texans than the Browns.
Right.
Yeah.
I would agree with
Yeah.
I mean, I do think Joe
I
Burrow,
threw it out there. This is a protest
Yeah,
game. I'm
I-
protesting Matt Nagy.
I think
don't
a lot
care.
of people care about watching Joe Burrow, and then there are a lot of Bears fans
By the
who are
way-
just pissed right now.
I think
Matt.
the Bears will win this game, but
Yeah, no, I do too, unfortunately, because then they're going to keep Andy Dalton playing.
yeah, I got the Bears.
Dion, who do you think is going to win the game?
You know what? Since he has the Bears, they have the Bears. I'm gonna go against him.
You're
I'm
in
going with
catch
Burrow.
up. You're catch up.
I'm
mode?
going with the Bengals.
Catch up mode.
No,
week 2?
I feel like the Bengals are gonna win.
Okay, good for you.
I do think what Chief said is true, and I've been saying that the Bears do not need to be on primetime. Stash us away.
Yo,
stop
2
the
weeks in a row.
embarrassment.
Oh, no,
it's not primetime.
Yeah.
Stash us away. Stop the embarrassment. Just let us fucking. I'm just so. I actually like. It's bad how much Andy Dalton and Matt Nagy, and not really Andy Dalton, but Matt Nagy is in my head. He is bothering. I have spent hours this week getting angry about him, and it's bad.
As they
it's bad
would say,
for my health.
He lives rent free.
It's very, very upsetting.
I think he died to me on the throwback game. The way he dressed, I just hated it. And I'm like, this guy's all about himself. I will say this is a great uniform game.
It is a good uniform. Dave, it's unhealthy how angry he makes me. I've had multiple times this week where I have to take a step back and be like, listen, you're a father, you gotta, people who love you, like all this stuff, stop letting this guy change your entire mood. Because I'm getting worked up right now.
But you knew you guys were going to get embarrassed last week. You said it on the
Yeah, no, I
show.
knew that. That was
easy.
obvious.
Yeah.
It was so obvious.
But he still just pisses you off
He's
until
so-
he plays Justin Fields.
Well, it sucks when, like,
smug asshole.
you don't want to get this because he's been in the league, he plays, but...
Now, aren't you glad that Fields didn't go out there last week? Aren't you glad?
No.
Glad?
No.
You see what I was talking about?
No.
They would have killed it.
No.
Aaron Donald,
They would've killed it.
Aaron Donald's name wasn't mentioned on the broadcast. What are you talking about?
It doesn't even...
It is so
but-
mad.
Did I watch a different game?
Yeah,
Because
you
I'm
did.
pretty sure he
you
got a
did.
sack.
No. You watched. a
I'm
different
pretty
game.
darn sure he got a sack.
Yeah. If you think that Justin Fields would have gotten destroyed by that defense on Sunday night, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm crazy.
You are.
I'm crazy.
I don't know if I've ever seen
I'm
you
crazy.
this mad on air.
I get really.
Well, but
I'm
that's what
really
saying.
mad about it.
It does suck. Like, football is such a fun thing to root
Yes.
for your team, and you're not even trying, basically.
Right.
And that's what they're doing.
That's
By not
exactly
playing
my
Fields,
point.
They're like,
Thank
this
you.
year's a bye year, and it sucks.
And that's why I'm saying the ain't nobody care because they're not trying. They're
But
literally not
Bears-
trying to
They're
win.
quitting in week 2.
The
all right?
Bears don't care.
Or quitting week
Bengals
1.
fans very much care.
Yes, but
Yes.
and of course I still care. I'm going to watch every game. I'm getting really upset, but they're not trying to win, and it drives me insane. And more people, like when I see fucking Schefter and Collinsworth talk about it, like Matt Nagy's doing the right thing, I want to punch my TV.
Oh, this guy too.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry for angering you
Crazy.
so much.
No, it's all right. This has literally been
do you
every
feel
day. It just goes
do you
up and
feel
down.
any better getting it off your chest?
No,
now?
I actually feel worse. I'm going to think about it for the rest of the day.
Okay. It's now time for the Rapid Fire Games of the Week. Rapid Fire is presented by Cross Country Mortgage. When it comes to your mortgage, don't take any risks and go with the favorites over at Cross Country Mortgage. Even if you're not looking to buy a home right now, they can still help you out with a bunch of stuff like renegotiating your current loan terms. Go to crosscountrymortgage.com/Barstool. Again, that's Cross Country Mortgage, and they can take care of you through the home buying process. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Deion, we're going to start with you. The Texans
Thank you.
at the Browns. I know Dave said earlier he doesn't care about this game, but you had to take on the Texans last week.
I wouldn't pick the Texans if Johnny Manziel was still quarterback of the Browns. I love the Browns. I love the Browns in this game 100%. I'm picking them.
What are you counting down to?
That was 7 seconds too long. Browns.
Browns.
He had the count. Okay, Rams at Colts. Dave?
Hungry dog runs faster. I'll take the Colts. I think the Rams are pretty good with Stafford, but I'm just going to the oppo here.
Dan?
I think it's the Colts as well. I think the Rams looked good, but they look good because the Bears stink.
Deion?
I'm picking the Rams. I'm picking the Rams in dominance. Total dominance.
All right, Bills at Dolphins. Dan?
This one's tough. I have the Dolphins in advisors because the 3.5 is too much. I'll take the Bills to win a close one.
Dave?
It's exactly what I said on advisors. It's a thread the needle game to me. Again, I think there's 3 teams that are going to fight this division: Bills, Dolphins, Patriots. Bills are 0-1. I don't think they should be favored, but this is going to be a field goal to win this game, in my opinion, and I think I'm going to go with the Bills because they're 0-1, and I think this is just going to be tight. So, but this is a big. If you can have a big game in week 2 for the Dolphins to jump 2 games ahead of the Bills, it's a big game. I'm going to take the Bills for the bounce back, but very close. Nothing would surprise me.
Deion?
Well, I also watched you guys on advisors, and I'm taking the Dolphins. I'm taking the Dolphins at the crib against the Bills.
Okay, let's go to the 49ers at the Eagles. Deion, I'll start with you. Jalen Hurts looked pretty good, huh?
Yeah, he did against the garbage that he played against last week. I'm so mad at Atlanta. I'm so mad.
You do
I
this. This is like Groundhog
you know what?
Day.
Yes.
You know what? Dan, I understand because that's how mad I get when it comes to the Falcons.
Yes.
I do. I do sympathize and I understand with you. So I'm taking his 49ers.
Dave?
Damn.
Make
I'm
you
gonna
think.
take the Eagles. I think I said last week I took the Eagles, and I think they're going to be a surprise team.
Yep.
That's like nine wins playoff team with Hurts. I think he's going to have a good year, so I'll take the Eagles.
And Eagles fans are super excited about him. It is overreacting to week 1, but
No,
they're
I
excited.
I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think the Eagles have a really good offensive line, a really good defensive line. You can do things with that. Like it's not a flashy thing. People haven't been talking about them, but they are fundamentally pretty sound on both sides of the line. So they can hang.
And not to do revisionist history, but Carson Wentz really held his team back.
Oh, he's so bad.
He's so bad.
So bad.
They were good in other areas, even when all the way back to Foles, how good they were when he got rid of them. So, yeah, I think the Eagles are a team that was better. It's one of those teams, the quarterback, which everyone loved just saying how great he was, even though he's never great, held them back.
Raiders at Steelers. Dave, we'll start with you.
I think the Steelers win this, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. And I know Deion's not a spread guy. That spread is closer than I think people. It should be a touchdown to me. I think people are like, oh, Steelers went in and beat the Bills. Bills are really good. The Raiders won, but like I said, didn't look great. I think it's a very close game, but I'm going to take Steelers at home. But it wouldn't shock me if the Raiders won.
Deion?
I like the Steelers. They shocked the heck out of me. I did not think they would come to play. I did not think they had what it took, and they did it. I got to give them credit. And can you please remind these guys that Carson Wentz is the quarterback for the Colts that they just picked a couple games ago?
Yeah.
No, I know.
They do know that, right?
I know.
You do know that. The guy you just trashed, you picked him to win
I'm going to switch.
against the Rams.
I'm going to go with the Rams.
Great.
Official switch?
Official switch. Deion's got a good point. I can't go on.
I mean,
Yeah.
Dan, are you switching or you staying?
Nope, staying.
Okay.
Good point. Good point.
Staying.
Okay. What happened this one?
I think the Steelers are going to kill the Raiders.
Okay.
I think it's very hard to go from a Monday Night Football, very emotional win. You saw Derek Carr
Crazy.
afterward, and then have to play 1 o'clock in Pittsburgh against a really good defense. That's a tough turnaround.
Exactly why it's a rat. That's a rat.
It's a rat line. All right, Saints and Panthers. Dan?
I'm taking the Panthers in this game.
Really?
Yep, I'm taking the Panthers. I love Jameis, obviously. He's my number 7 quarterback in the NFL, but this is everything went right for the Saints against the Packers, and so you just can't expect that to happen again. I think they'll get surprised by the Panthers.
Dave?
Saints.
Deion?
Saints. Panthers are not a good team, and the Saints are going to show it. They're not a good team.
Okay, we'll go to the Broncos at the Jags. Deion, I'll start with you. Trevor Lawrence.
I would never pick the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Atlanta Falcons again.
So you're just done with them already?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right, so he's taking the Broncos. Dave?
Broncos, we keep riding with them. We keep riding with Bridgewater, right?
Yeah. I'm going to take the Broncos straight up. I do have the Jaguars as my mortal lock in advisors.
Which is insane.
It's not insane.
Betting
Like
against
plus
that
six?
six.
Plus
is
6?
way too much for the overreaction. You got the overreaction.
I mean,
He
Trevor
was off
Lawrence
the
can't
chain,
look
man.
like he can't make those many mistakes
No.
again, can he?
No.
No.
Can't.
Vikings at Cardinals. Dave?
Well, based on what I said earlier, and I can't wait to get to Jersey to do a future on the Cardinals, I'm going to take the Cardinals here. The Vikings stink. I know Deion loves Zimmer, but they stink. The Vikings stink. I think the Cardinals are very good, so I think there's going to be a double-digit win for the Cards.
You think they're going to be in the Super Bowl? Deion, do you think the Vikings stink?
They don't stink. They just don't smell good right now, but I'm with Dave. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Dan?
I kind of, I'll take the Cardinals straight up. I think the Vikings will cover this spread.
Okay, Deion, I don't even have to ask you this one. The Falcons at the Bucks. Don't even have
I'm
to.
taking Tom Brady.
Yep. Tom Brady across the board for everybody?
Bucks.
All right.
This, though, spread, too big. Falcons will somehow stay within this number.
It's a minus 12 and a half.
Yeah, I
still?
agree with that.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a
Overreaction.
Yeah, you just and like it will be a game that the Bucks. It will never be in doubt if you're a Bucks fan, but it will always be in doubt if you have 12 and a half.
And there's just no.
It's a huge spread.
I know Tom Brady doesn't
No.
look past anybody. That. There is no human way that the Bucks can have a pulse for this game.
I mean, yeah, but the 12 and a half seems really high, but I mean,
It doesn't seem high if you say the
It's
Bucks
not
are
for
going
the
to try.
Falcons. It's not for the Falcons. It's not.
Right.
Because teams like this, it's a threshold. When you get them to a certain level, they have a choice to make. Are we going to fight to get back in it, or are we going to lay down like we normally do? As of right now, they're laying
Who's
down.
the coach of the Falcons?
Arthur Smith. He was the Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Speaking of the Titans, let's go Titans, Seahawks. Dan, I'll start with you.
Seahawks.
Dave?
This is a hungry dog runs faster. I was stunned by how bad the Titans looked Now, maybe I'm contradicting myself because I'm giving credit to the Cards. I thought the Titans would come back, make a game of it. They didn't. They were dominated from the beginning to end. I don't think the Titans are as bad as they showed. Seahawks won. I don't think playing in Seattle is as difficult as it used to be. I think the Titans even their record here and upset the Seahawks.
Deion?
I'm going with the Seahawks at home.
Okay.
I didn't like nothing the Titans showed me. I mean, you have two dominant receivers and they weren't dominant in the game. I don't know how that happens.
And then let's go to Monday Night Football, the Lions at the Packers. And I must say, Glennie, I feel horrible. Like you've just been standing over there the whole time, and we've just forgotten about you a little bit.
It's a good show. I'm enjoying it anyway. I got to watch it. What's better than that? But yeah, no, if we go to a Green Bay, obviously it's the worst weather in the league. But it's going to be beautiful this week. It's going to be 73, clear, and like 15-mile-an-hour winds. So it should be nice weather for Monday Night Football.
Well, thank you for that. I apologize. We'll make sure we
No
get
worries.
to more often.
Stop,
You look fantastic. Dave, I'll start with you
You
with
look
this
great,
game.
Glennie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting for Glennie to go away. I like the I don't like the Packers. I mean, the Lions are horrible, but the Lions are gonna do what they do because of the coach. They're gonna fight till the end and maybe make games look that closer than they actually were. They kind of got demolished, scored late. But the Packers, I'm not surprised. That when I was actually on Sunday, that was my play of the day. The Saints. I'm still convinced. Aaron Rodgers. You can't half-ass football. You can't kind of be into it or out of it, but they'll win this game. But I don't think the Packers are going to have a good season at all.
Deion, what do you think?
Guys, tell me this. If Aaron Rodgers performs like he performed last week, do you think they're going to come at Aaron Rodgers?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to start attacking him and start saying, hey, man, shoot, your attitude, your disposition, your whole countenance, just fans, media, sooner or later, if you lose like you just lose, they're going to come at him.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they do in Green Bay. I feel like they're friendly people out there, and he's.
I mean, everybody. Forget Green Bay.
Yeah,
everybody.
Maybe. I don't know.
The football world.
But don't you think a lot of those people are like the same people that are pissed that the Packers wouldn't give him what he wanted?
What does he want?
Yeah, I've always thought that Aaron Rodgers.
You were 13-3 the last 2 years. What else do you want?
I think he wanted no QBs to be drafted.
Yeah, no, he wanted no QBs to be drafted, but that is the thing with Aaron Rodgers, that he has made it seem like the Packers have no one around him. He has a pretty good roster.
You won MVP.
Right.
What do you want?
He's got maybe the #1 wide receiver in the entire league on his team. He's got a
What did R. Kelly say? What do you want from me?
No, I agree. He just complains, and everyone's like, oh, he deserves to complain. I'll just take the Packers in this game. This is gonna suck.
I'm picking the Packers.
He's gonna have like 6 touchdowns. Everyone's gonna be like, Aaron Rodgers is back. He's gonna do the fucking thing with his long hair. Makes you want to puke.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a tough game, but they're gonna win.
Let's go to the Fantasy Football Factory Minute with Stephen Shea and Mincy once again.
What's up, fellas? I'm Ben Mintz.
And I'm Stephen Shea.
And we're the hosts of the Fantasy Football Factory Podcast. It's time to decide what was real in Week 1 and what was a mirage. Let's clock in. Mr. Shea, who you starting today?
This week, I'm starting Jamal Williams, running back for the Detroit Lions. He's in a timeshare, but he's playing against his old team, the Packers. Dan Campbell's the head coach. He's going to score a touchdown this week. Jamal Williams, start him.
I'm starting Najee Harris. Everybody's jumping off the ship after a disastrous Week 1 in Buffalo. Well, let me tell you what, he's got a hell of a lot better matchup at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. Start Najee Harris, and he also gets involved in the passing game.
Start Allen Robinson. He had 11 targets last week. Andy Dalton's playing in a revenge game against the Bengals. Look for that 35 yards he had last week to go way up. Start Allen Robinson.
Start Marquez Callaway, New Orleans Saints wide receiver. He was the preseason darling. Did not do much in Week 1. His biggest game last year against the Carolina Panthers. This is his breakout week.
I'm going to sit Mark Ingram, a hot waiver wire ad this week. He had 26 carries for 85 yards, but he does not catch passes. The Texans are 12.5-point underdogs. He's going to be taken out of the game flow. Sit Mark Ingram.
Speaking of Texans to sit, we're sitting Brandon Cooks as well. Had over 100 yards last week against a terrible Jacksonville Jaguars defense. Not going to have so much luck this week in the dog-pounding.
All right, now I'm going to sit Kyle Pitts this week. He only had 4 catches for 31 yards last week. Only 4 rookie tight ends have ever had over 800 yards in a season. Lower your expectations. Sit Kyle Pitts. And tune in this Sunday and every Sunday on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube for Dear Mr. Fantasy right after the actives inactives list comes out.
We're both feeling pretty damn good after we went a combined 8-0 last week. We're going to take all your listener questions, get you into the winner's circle, and it's time to clock out.
All right, thanks, fellas. It is time for the primetime pick of the week presented by Chevy Silverado. Dependable and gritty like the people who drive them. Anything is possible with Silverado. Guys, all of you still alive in the Survivor pool. Everybody won last week. Are we still sticking with the custom suit? between the three of you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Still sticking with that. Okay.
Very nice.
So I'm glad nobody lost in week 1. So I'm going to let you start this week, Deion. You took San Fran last week. Who are you taking this week?
I'm going with Green Bay.
You just said that you thought that game was going to be closer.
Yeah, but I'm going to win.
All right.
Dave, you took the Rams last week.
Yeah.
Who are you taking this week?
I'm taking Green Bay as well.
Okay. I'm going to take the Browns.
Browns. Okay. Easy. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything you need to get off your chest?
Who you got this week, Deion?
What's the team we got? I'm just trying to watch. Louisiana Monroe.
Louisiana.
I know you don't know who that is. Louisiana Monroe. It's the FCS team.
That's a tough one.
FBS team. I'm sorry, FBS team.
FBS, yeah. Deion.
You know what? This is a Dave take because this is something Dave would say. I tell my team, guys, I told the media, not my team, I told them as well. Why do like HBCUs and lower level teams choose to play, this is not regarding us, choose to play FBS teams and they give you a bunch of money and you get your butt kicked? How does that help the kids? Like, what sense does that make? Like, one of the SWAC teams played against Auburn. They beat them half to death, you know, and you just see that trend going around, and it don't make sense.
Yeah, but
this week,
yeah,
they reinvest the money.
But
the money and invest
it don't make sense. You don't line up to get killed.
Yeah,
like that's like the total definition of sellout. So I'm gonna sell my kids out so I can make some money for the school.
It's like you're
gonna have about
to embarrass them just to make money.
4 kids are gonna get injured. The mental part of that, they're destroyed for the next week because they realize they're really not as good as they thought they were. It don't make sense
I actually agree with that. Do you guys agree with that?
whatsoever.
I just think that if you're a smaller program and someone's going to pay you a ton of money that could potentially get you new facilities and stuff, then it starts to make sense.
Yeah.
That money's not gonna get you a new facility.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
Or
they don't.
$300,000 is not gonna get you a new facility.
You know, it's one of those things. I think football is a unique sport because it's physical and injuries and what you're saying. Like, if it's basketball or something, I'd love it. It's like I'd love to say I'm on the court with these guys. But football is unique because you're getting just pounded. And what fun is that? So, yeah.
Right.
All right, well, that's it for week 2. We will be back next week for week 3. Good luck this weekend, Deion. And
Thank you.
See you next time.